Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia Newsline and other top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 7th of November. Trump praises PM Modi as great man, hints at India visit next year. Pakistan mulls constitutional change, Army Chief Munir said to gain more power. And Sri Lankan President presents Budget 2026, says economy on recovery path. And now for all the details. US President Donald Trump on Thursday praised Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a great man and a friend, hinting that he may visit India next year. Speaking to reporters at the White House, Trump said talks with Modi were going great, claiming that India had largely stopped buying from Russia. He added that he wants me to go there. We'll figure that out. I will go. The comments come amid ongoing US-India trade negotiations following Washington's 50% tariff on Indian goods over Russian oil imports. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt earlier this week reaffirmed Trump's strong commitment to India's ties, recalling his Diwali celebrations with Indian-American officials. Responding to Trump's remarks, India's foreign ministry, however, said the country's energy decisions are driven by national interest and consumer welfare.
Great deal. And when going good. He stopped buying oil from Russia.
When do you plan?
And he's a friend of mine, and we speak, and he wants me to go there, and we'll figure that out. I'll go. I had a great trip there with Prime Minister Modi. He's a great man, and I'll be going. Yeah.
Novo Nordisk is in the middle of a 10.
You're planning to go to India next year, sir?
It could be, yeah.
And amid Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir's growing influence in Pakistan, Islamabad is planning to amend its constitution, possibly giving more power to its military, reports suggest. Pakistan PM Shehbaz Sharif's government has confirmed that it will table the 27th constitutional amendment in the parliament soon, which includes changes related to the command of the armed forces. The speculation regarding the amendment in the constitution started after a tweet by Pakistan's People Party leader Bilawal Bhutto Zardari that the government approached him for support for the 27th amendment. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar on Tuesday confirmed the reports while speaking in the Senate, the upper house of the Pakistani Parliament. Critics fear the move will secure Munir's grip on Pakistan. And reports from Balochistan have highlighted another grim chapter of Pakistan's ongoing kill and dump campaign. Right groups are calling for urgent international attention to the rising cases of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings. We have a report.
The issue of extrajudicial killings in Balochistan has deepened, with 4 more men reportedly killed in Kek district. According to the Balochistan Post, the victims identified as Abdul Khalik, Najibullah, Bahad Baloch, and Abdul Rahman were allegedly killed by Pakistani security forces. The Baloch Yakjeti Committee stated on X that these killings fit into a recurring pattern of state-backed violence used to suppress dissent in the province. Meanwhile, enforced disappearances continue to haunt Balochistan, with rights groups alleging fresh abductions of students by Pakistani security forces. Baloch activists have long alleged that Pakistan repeatedly carries out so-called military operations and enforced disappearances to instill fear and exert control in the region. Activists say these cases reflect a systematic campaign of fear and repression against voices of dissent in the region. The BYC urged human rights groups to investigate this systematic campaign of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial executions in the province.
In Nepal, Interim Prime Minister Sushila Karki has assured full security measures to free and fair elections scheduled for March 2026. The upcoming polls have sparked enthusiasm among young and first-time voters, with over 1.3 lakh new registrations in just 6 weeks, reflecting Gen Z's demand for fresh leadership and real change. We have a report.
Nepal's interim Prime Minister Sushila Karki, during a meeting with a delegation from the Asian Network for Free Elections on Thursday, reaffirmed the government's commitment to maintaining maximum security arrangements to guarantee free and fair polls. The September 8th and 9th Gen Z protests this year resulted in deaths of at least 74 people and led to the removal of the then Prime Minister KP Sharma Ali. Upon his removal, an interim government, with former Chief Justice Sushila Karki as its head, was appointed with the support of Gen Z protesters. Working on Karki's recommendation, President Ramchandra Paudel dissolved the House of Representatives on September 12 and announced fresh polls for March 5, 2026. Meanwhile, Nepal has seen great enthusiasm in the new and first-time voters, with more than 130,000 new voters enrolled in the poll roll update within last 42 days. Young Gen Z voters, while talking to ANI, expressed their excitement of voting and the possibility of bringing a visible change.
उम्मीदवार के वोट दियाई जे विकास करे अच्छा से रोड नाला सब अच्छा से बने हमने के गांव घर में अच्छा से रहो उतने उहेला
फर्स्ट टाइम also
कतिको खुसी लाग्छ उत्साह छ
अब फर्स्ट टाइम दिदा त उत्साह त हुन्छ नै को कस्तो अनि पोलिटिक्स को बारेमा पनि जानकारी हुन्छ.
With the elections approaching, the aspiring youth of Nepal want new faces in the ballot papers and in the parliament who would keep citizens' interests prior to their own interests.
I expect a fair and democratic leader for the upcoming election. I hope that the outcome of the election would be a positive one. I hope that we see some great new voices, like voices that can represent our own, like the Gen Z voices and people that understand us as Gen Z and as a country as a whole, that they would support the citizens, they would keep the citizens first instead of their own personal gain.
Sri Lanka's President Anurakumara Dissanayake, who is also the Finance Minister of the country, presented the budget for the year 2026 in the Parliament on Friday. President Dissanayake, while delivering his speech, said that the country has nearly completed its debt restructuring process and is set to regain the economic output lost to the 2022 financial crisis. Dissanayake told lawmakers that the island nation's economy was now stable and it had regained the confidence of investors. For a long time, Sri Lanka was under severe debt, but debt to GDP, which was earlier at around 104%, will reduce to 96% of GDP this year. And our target is to reduce it further to 87% by 2030, he said. Dissanayake entered into power late last year with a claim to end corruption and stabilize the economy after a record dollar shortage triggered a financial meltdown in 2022. Moving on, Pencak Silat, a traditional Indonesian martial art form, is rapidly gaining popularity among young girls in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Over the past few years, more and more Kashmiri girls have shown interest in this energetic and disciplined Indo game that promotes both physical fitness and self-defense. The growing enthusiasm also reflects their desire to participate in national and international level events. Earlier this year, the Indian Pencak Silat Federation also organized a 3-day championship in which over 250 players, including participants from Jammu and Kashmir, took part. Today, girls are participating in large numbers in such tournaments, eager to learn self-defense techniques and maintain fitness, a trend that continues to receive tremendous response across the valley.
फीमेल्स के लिए एक गेम मार्शल आर्ट गेम खेलना बहुत ज़रूरी है, या अगर लाइक उसके ये हेल्पिंग उनको सेल्फ डिफेंस वगैरह में भी काम आ जाता है. तो जो ये गेम है इसमें बहुत सारे लाइक फ़वाइद है. जो हमारी पेंचक सिलाट गेम है, आप देखोगे मोर देन जो मेल्स है फीमेल्स में उसमें से ज़्यादा कम्पीट किया है. इंटरनेशनल पे हमारी फीमेल्स के मेडल्स है, नेशनल लेवल पे मेडल्स है.
डिफरेंट गेम है. इसमें यूजुअली फीमेल्स जो है सेल्फ डिफेंस के लिए मार्शल आर्ट ज्वाइन करती हैं, और उसके बावजूद जो डिफरेंट मार्शल आर्ट्स हैं उनमें फेस अटैक्स होते हैं, बट इसमें कोई फेस अटैक नहीं है और जो भी ग्रोइन अटैक्स है वो भी नहीं है. तो इस वजह से ज़्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं कि सेफ है.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.